there, I'm here today to do my kind of end of year stats video. I'm hoping to streamline it a bit because rewatching my mid-year stats video, I was crushingly bored because my stats just aren't that interesting, but I still want to kind of put them out there just a smidge. So my end of year stats, will go over my total books and then breaking it down into a few different things. So in 2020, I read 202 books, which surprised the heck out of me. This is plus or minus a few. I am pre-filming and I expect to finish a few more books this year. I just don't know how many, but 202 is kind of where I'm going to fall. This is largely because I'm able to listen to audiobooks at work, which will be very obvious once I get down into my stats a little bit, break my stats down a little bit more. My average page length this year is about 360 pages. It's a little bit on the smaller side than I was hoping. That being said, I haven't read that many long books, so I'm not sure why I was expecting it to be high. And the average rating is 3.7. This is, I believe, a little bit higher than it was last year. And while I'm surprised because I felt like I read a lot of stinkers this year, I also found some of my favorite books of all time. So I did have a fair number of 5-star reads this year as well, which was really nice. The shortest book I read is Witches, Midwives, and Nurses, The History of Women in Healing. This is somewhere between 50 and 100 pages, I think. I have the second edition, which has a slightly longer intro to it. And the longest book I read is also one I read this month in December, and that is The Stand by Stephen King. It is 1,000+ pages. The most popular book I read is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The least popular is Pearl Volume 1, which is, as clearly many people are not super familiar with it, it is a graphic novel about a girl that kind of grew up around the Yakuza and some traumatic stuff has happened and now she's kind of acting out, if I'm remembering this correctly. In terms of how effective my reading months were, January 2020 was by far my most productive month. I read like 30 books or something like that. I don't know where I got that energy or that free time because not that many of them are audiobooks. I'm happy I did get that much reading in because it definitely made up for November where I fell out of, it's like a bird fell out of the sky and died because I read almost nothing comparatively. I know why, because I had to isolate and I lost all motivation, but it still was not a great month for reading. I will maybe throw numbers up on screen to kind of give you an idea of what exactly I read in those 2 months. Now I did a bit of number crunching on top of Goodreads. I keep track of all the books I read on a spreadsheet, so I can get a few things more organized. One of these being kind of what my spread for genres is. As I mentioned in my video talking about how I think I did with my goals this last year, I did read a very good spread of genres. I think it's about at least 5 in each category that is listed. I don't remember where I got the genre listings from. We'll throw that up on screen. And as you can see, and I read a little bit of everything from what it seems. And now I will break that down differently as well into my ratings. I don't know why I picked a pie chart. I don't think it actually shows it that effectively, but I'm not changing it because I'm lazy. And as you can see, I did read a lot of kind of books that fell into that 3 and 4-star range, with similar amounts being read in both the 5-star and 2-star, thankfully, because I tend to not pick up books that I know I'll hate. There's no 1-star ratings here. And then, excuse me while I keep looking at my phone here for this part, I break it down into format. I broke it down kind of weirdly, but it made sense to me at the time. Again, I was too lazy to change it at the end of the year. So I've broken it down, and the formats I have are audiobooks, my physical books that I own, books I borrowed from friends and family, and books I borrowed from the library, and ebooks. While the majority of the audiobooks are from the library, there's a handful in there that are actually books I own. I don't know why I broke it down like this. It's dumb the way I did it, but we're just gonna keep moving. As you can see, the majority of the books I read are audiobooks just based on that huge blue pie piece. The next largest category are physical books that I own and read. While I did make more use of my library, as you can see by the little, I think it's the yellow pie piece there, that's only for physical books. The majority of the audiobooks I read should also be included in the library category, but we're ignoring that. And then, as you can see, also ebooks and then books I borrowed from friends and family are pretty small. A large chunk of the friends and family one is simply because I couldn't see friends or family for the majority of the year with all the restrictions. And then ebooks, I just don't enjoy reading on my phone. I'm left-handed. And so reading on my phone or on my ebook reader, the Kobo I have, it's just very hard because I get hand cramps just from how I'm reaching across the screens to swipe to flip pages. And as such, instead of changing the settings, I just read physical books instead because it's a little bit easier. As you can see, I do consume the majority of my books as audiobooks. And this is largely because that's what I listen to at work, along with a mixture of podcasts. And that's all I have for my stats. I probably talked still way too long about it, but hopefully it's a shorter and slightly more interesting video than my mid-year one. With that, I will just see you guys in the next video. Peace.